About all the special operators, how to work. Now, after understanding the special operators, as I already told you, we'll see today JavaScript statements. What are JavaScript statements? Technically, a statement is nothing but in computer programming, statement is used to control the execution flow. That means usually program executes in an order. We can control the order by using statements. Statements are used for controlling the execution flow. So whether to continue or stop or to repeat, such conditions are managed by using statements. Actually, JavaScript statements are classified into following types. So various types actually. We have number one, selection statements. We have selection statements. We have selection statements. In this we have if, else, switch, case, default. This comes under selection statement. We have another iteration statements. Iteration statements we have for in, we have for off, that is iteration statement. We have looping control statements. Looping control statements we have for while, do while. These are looping control statements. We have jump statements like break, return, continue. These are jump statements. We have exception handling statements. Exception handling statements: try, catch, throw, finally. These are exception handling. So statements in JavaScript are classified into so many groups. We will see one by one how to work and use these statements. First, we will see, already we used some of them, but detailedly we will learn here. So first we will see selection statements. What is the purpose of selection statement? Actually, selection statements are used in decision making. In computer programming, decision making is done by using selection statements. Decision making is very important because decision making will tell whether to continue or whether to execute this set of statements or another set of statements. So, for example, I will give you a simple point like, suppose we purchased some camera and we need to use this camera attached with our PC. Then for that, actually, they will mention some prerequisites like, in order to use this camera, you must have Windows 10 and higher version. You must have minimum RAM with some 2 GB like this. That means they give all these requirements because that camera is designed to run on that particular environment. Now, when you try attach this camera and try to use it, sometimes it may not work immediately. Why it will not work? Because to install this camera and use in your PC, first it will verify whether your PC is having the required environment or not. That means everything everywhere will not work. For that, we need decision making. Decision making means whether I can install or not. That is decided by using decision making. So everywhere we have decision making. Decision making will decide, do I need to do this or not, whether to run or not, whether to continue or not. All such decision making is done. And decision making is done by using the selection statements. So the keywords are, we have if, we have else, we have switch, we have case, we have default. These all under decision making. In this, first we will see what is the if select. What is the purpose of if select? Already we know what if select will do is, it is a decision making statement that executes one set of statements when condition is true, and another when it is false. That is general decision making. But actually, if select can be defined in various forms. You can write if in various forms. We call them as, number one is forward jump, another one simple decision, another one multi-level decision, and nested and multiple choices. These are all if select. If can be used in various forms. We have forward jump, simple decision, multi-level decisions, multiple choices, all this. Actually, these are all the words related to computer programming, algorithms, flowcharts, algorithms. Actually, many times people ask, how do I learn good computer programming? So that means, what is the process of learning computer programming? How you can master computer programming? These days, generally, why people are facing problems in real-time companies? Because lack of basic knowledge. That means you are software developers, you are learning technologies directly without having basic knowledge. You are learning, you are getting jobs. But in software companies, when you are working on a real software, basic issues will come. That means you are genius, but some small basic problem is there which you don't know. Due to that, your program is not running. That you cannot identify because you don't know basics, right? That is the reason many people in software companies these days take a lot of stress. They take time in resolving issues. Sometimes they can't because lack of basic knowledge. So many times people ask, like, how do I learn perfect? How do become a perfect software engineer? Actually, for that, lot of process is there. These days, you people don't have such patience, and you are very busy. You don't have time. Due to that, so what software institutes will do is, they will show that your problem. You give us money, we will directly teach you Java. right? Directly we will teach you .NET. Actually, learning computer programming is very complicated. So like first actual you have to start with, that means first to become a perfect programmer, you should know how to write algorithms. After that, you need to learn how to draw flowcharts for every program. After that, you need to put this in a program. And for programmers, actually to become a perfect programmer in software engineering, you should start your career with languages like C, right? Then you will get an idea on what is system software, application software, because at that level, they will teach you that what is language, what is package, what is system software, what is application software, these all basic. Once you learn that, then you come with object oriented programming. After that, you can learn Java, .NET like technologies, Java, .NET, all these kind of technologies. But this, so for even in full stack also, you learn up to C programming very well, then it is easy for you to handle programming like JavaScript, TypeScript, jQuery, React. All this will be easy for you if you learn up to this. But generally when people come to learn, they say that directly, I want to learn Java, I want to learn .NET full stack. So, but if you say that no, you have to learn all this, then you will simply say, I will join some other institute where they will directly teach me Java. That is the reason these days what they do is, okay, you join, they will teach you everything from basics. But that knowledge is not enough to survive in software companies. So because in software companies, lot of issues you have to track. You have to track from root level where the problem is. If you cannot track from root level where the problem is, then you cannot handle, right? So this is the order actually. This is the order. So algorithms are nothing but we write step by step. After that, we draw flowcharts. After that, we start programs. Generally, these days, people come to learn technologies like you see, now people are learning Python, artificial intelligence. Huh? People are learning. Actually, when now people coming and they ask like in Python, I want to learn artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, like programming in computer technologies, is not for everybody, frankly. Is not for everybody. Artificial intelligence, like concepts, if anybody says that I am teaching free also, you are not suitable for it. Right? That means, frankly speaking, this is for the brains at IIT level. At IIT level, brains only can understand artificial intelligence. Frankly, you can't manage. Even you learn, it's waste of time. You can't handle. Don't think that I am degrading, right? I am giving fact that general brains are not enough to handle artificial intelligence. Very complicated. Even teaching artificial intelligence is very complex, right? That means, for example, if I have to do one task, for these tasks we have 1,000 alternatives. For every alternative we have to write program. That is artificial intelligence, because we don't know how it will think. It's robotics. Then there are so many consequences. That is very complicated, right? That is the reason many times even our friends, relatives, when they come and say that I want to learn artificial intelligence, we say, shut up, just join this. Don't waste your time. Don't listen to other people, right? So artificial intelligence is not under so everybody's concept. See, we deliver artificial intelligence like training to IITs. Our Naresh IT have NASCOM. We are collaborated with NASCOM, Naresh Technologies. NASCOM is India's technical training, government technical training, NASCOM is. And we are collaborated with NASCOM and we are delivery partners of IITs. Right? We train IIT people on artificial intelligence, Python, artificial intelligence like concepts. Those people at the final year of IITs also, they feel difficulty in this. When we deliver training, they feel difficulty in this. They say that, sir, it's looking very hard. So can you explain few more times? They are already aware of such algorithms so much, right? They start their career with such algorithms, but still they face problem in understanding and working with artificial intelligence. So, but they can handle. They have to put lot of, even you can put, but lot of basic skills are required. Directly you cannot. That means if your basic language skills are very good in programming, then anybody can learn, no problem. But for that you need to put lot of effort, right? So computer programming is easy if you learn level by level. It is difficult if you directly jump into this. It's very easy when you learn level by level. These days people directly jumping into this. That is the reason they face problems. So the terms I am using here, they are related to basic program. That means algorithms, flowcharts. There we use the words like this: forward jump, simple decision, like this. These words are used. What is meant by forward jump? I will show you now here. Forward jump is nothing but you know already, but you should know its technical point. Forward jump means it is decision making where there will not be any alternative. Decision making where it will not be any alternative. Will not be any alternative. Decision making without any alternative. That means if true, then only continue. Otherwise, stop. That is called forward jump. We call that mechanism as forward jump. For example, let's see some points here. Why it is important? Forward jump means, just like I told you, suppose you brought a CD. In this CD, this is a game CD, and you want to install this game on your PC. You have to install the game on your PC. Now for that, they mentioned some details like you must have operating system Windows 10, and you must have RAM as 2 GB. You must have some 40 GB hard disk space minimum, right? Like that, you must have a graphic card. You know that graphic cards are very important for games and all, right? So when you purchase a laptop, graphic cards are important, right? The based on the graphic card abilities, capacity, the laptop cost increases. Actually, gaming laptops means, what is specialty? Graphic card. This graphic card's capacity is there. That makes more better, right? Now the point is here, which one is optional? There is no optional. Every concept is compulsory. There is no optional. That means what it will do, it will first verify your PC is having operating system Windows 10 or not. If not, what will happen? Nothing. Stop. There is no alternative. If not, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Stop. That means it will simply say that this game cannot install. There is no alternative. If 10 is there, then it will verify 2 GB RAM there or not. If not there, again stop. That means there is no alternatives. There is no alternative. It must satisfy condition. After satisfy condition, then it move forward. So second condition satisfy, move forward. If not satisfied, stop. This type of approach is called forward jump. So in this, there is no alternative. Means what? If we write a condition, and if condition is true, then it will have statement on true, and stop. There is no alternative for this. Where we need such concepts, simple actually. So where we need such concepts, for example, suppose you are designing a payment screen. In the payment screen, we have options like card number. We have like CVV, and we have like expiry. These details are present: card number, CVV, expiry. Now we given some options like CVV, card number, and expiry to enter. Now here important is user entered wrong CVV. So user entered wrong expiry. User entered wrong card. That means enter wrong card number. He entered CVV expiry also wrong, or he entered CVV expiry correct. Generally what happens now is, why you are allowing user to enter CVV expiry? If card number is wrong, time waste na. That means, can he log in with CVV correct without card number correct? No. Then why you are testing them? Time waste. That means don't allow to go to CVV and expiry until or unless card number is correct. This is forward jump. You designed a screen where user can enter card, he can enter CVV, he can enter expiry. After that, he will submit. When submitted, now I will verify that CVV is wrong. Then I will say CVV is wrong. Card is wrong. Then I will say card is wrong. Why you are verifying CVV, card, all these if card is wrong? Time waste. These kind of programs will be burden for server applications. That is the reason developer's responsibility is not to just write what he knows. Developer's responsibility is not just to write what result he wants. He need to write for result and for performance. That means, what is difference between a fresher and experienced person's program? Difference is very simple. Fresher writes a program to achieve the correct output, and experienced person writes a program to perform better along with output. That means output is okay, he will get it, but his second concentration is performance. Does the program he written is easy to run, or it is taking time? Because you can write program in such a way, same will give the result, but one is lengthy, another one is shorter, lightweight, easy. One is shorter, lightweight, easy, but may have abnormal behavior. Lengthy is better. Sometimes situation will come. This is where developer's talent will be identified. That means you decide how you have to write the program along with performance. That is the reason here you should know why we need a forward jump technique. Without forward jump technique also you can implement. We can write, we can check CVV, we can check payment and other details. But what is forward jump? It will not allow to go to next until or unless the first one is correct. That improves performance of application. Don't ever verify CVV and expiry until they enter card number correct. That is primary. That is because sometimes how people write program is they will write if card number is this, else if CVV is this, if expiry is this. Don't ever touch CVV and expiry until card number is complete. That is better programming. I told you na, good programming, bad programming. So that means you have to implement these techniques. Let's design this here. Now how to achieve the forward jump? Simple. To achieve the forward jump concept, I will write a simple approach here. I will just put a program here. Yeah. And here I will just use the forward jump. Forward jump. So in this, I am creating field set, legend, payment details. Data list with the data term, so card number. So here input type is equal to text. ID is txt card, okay. And CVV. So input type is equal to text and ID as txt CVV. Size is equal to some 4. And expiry and select. So, and we have option. So 2022 and we have an option 2023. So we have an option 2024. Okay. And ID as LST expiry. Okay, this is option and we have a button and say pay. ID as BTN pay. Now, what is the good design generally means what you can make it as a good design generally is don't allow the user to submit payment details if any wrong information is entered. Then what we will do here, see, I will put this text box disabled. I will keep this drop down disabled. I will keep this button disabled. All are disabled. There is no chance at all. That means now user cannot submit anything. User cannot submit anything until or unless he finished this correctly. That is good. Why to waste time in asking him to enter all, submit, then verify you entered wrong details? That is time waste. That means you may see that some websites are using all details entered. That is their requirements, but may not be their requirement. Then the developer is not doing good programming. Even that is a famous website, we don't care. Even that is a famous website, that is also designed by some brains like you only. In that case, you see government websites, right? You will never visit them again and again, right? When you see government website, then you may say Indian government, sir. Indian government websites, sir. Of course, their developers are like that. They are also like government developers. That when they work for government, they work as government employees. Software people also, they careless. They do lot of careless programming, right? But when they work for foreign clients, then they are screwed up. Because foreign client every week he will conduct a client meeting, he will say, why this is this, like this is like that. In government, who will ask? I designed a website and throw it on his face. And I got my money from the government. Government sanctioned the money, finish. Right? You see nic.in. What is NIC? National Informatics Center. These are the people who build several websites and maintain for Government of India. NIC is a company, right? Several people our developers are in NIC. Our students are there, so many in NIC. They are working in AppTech. CDAC is there, no? CDAC. These are all government-based firms actually. People learn courses there and government recruits people from there in various companies, actually as software support developers. And due to that, what happens is lot of problems will come. You will see errors coming in website, some pages not working properly, all this because no proper design. You cannot say that this is a big company. That is the reason their website should be very genius type design. Depends on developer, depends on how the company handles that website, maintains that website and all. Service oriented, very less. Foreign clients, service oriented very much. That's the reason you have to be very careful in design. Even you put a different color, he will be not satisfied. He will say that, no, I want like this. So the point is, we should not use any kind of program which is burden to application, because internet is already slow. If you make it more slow, then it is difficult for users. So here this is better because don't allow to submit until or unless they enter correctly. Let's see how. First, what we will do, we will write here a script, and in the script here we define script. In this script, what we will do, we will write a user details. In the user details object, we have card number. This card number is some 16-digit number, 555-666-777, some 8902, something like this. This is card number, right? And we have another CVV. So, and CVV is suppose some 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then expiry is some 2023. Like this we define. Now what should happen is, first we will write a function, verify card. And here we have to access card number entered in document.getElement by ID txt card.value. If this is a simple forward jump, if card is matching with user details card number, then document get element by ID txt cvv dot disabled is equal to false. Disabled is false. Now this verify card should verify every time when they are entering. That means what we will do is on key up. That means for every character it will verify. On key up, verify card. This is option. Here there is no alternative for if. If that is satisfied, then only this will work. If this works, then only you will continue. You can see now here. So I am defining the card number. So 444-555-666-777 and 8902. So what is it? 8902. So we are entering those details. 777. Yeah. Now you can see it will enable this one. Not only enabling this one, I need to set focus to that. So you can simply set focus also. That means document get element by ID txt cvv dot focus. Focus is nothing but it sets focus to that. So 4445556, yeah, 666777, right? And here I defined 8902. It will get focused. That means expiry will not work until or unless you enter correct CVV. Until or unless you enter correct CVV, expiry will not work. That means this is what actually forward jump. The same concept what we have to do function verify CVV. Verify CVV. So what we have to do where CVV document get element by ID txt CVV. TXT CVV dot value. We have to do that. I will copy this one. Yeah. And here we need to write a condition. If CVV is matching with user details dot CVV, then what should happen? Document get element by ID LST expiry dot disabled. Disabled is equal to false. Disabled is false. So here again you can set focus. So what we have to do? Document dot get element by ID LST expiry dot what the focus. You can define that. Now you can see here we are entering the card number correctly. CVV comes. So 2345. So 2345 only. Key up not given. Na? So we have to write event here. What is it? On key up. Key up. What we have to do? Verify CVV. Verify CVV will come. So card number 2345, then expiry will come. And when expiry is correctly selected, then only pay should work. That means now here, so we need to write same. So another one, function verify expiry. And where expiry is equal to document get element by ID LST expiry dot value. If expiry is equal to user details dot expiry, then we have to document get element by ID btn pay dot disabled is equal to false. Then same document get element by ID btn pay dot focus. You have to define this. Now you entered card number, you entered CVV correctly, you selected this, then pay will work. So we have to write change event now. That means here for drop down, we have to use on change. On change, it should verify what expiry. This we have to define. Now this is card number, this is CVV, and the expiry is correct, then pay will work. This approach is called forward jump. Don't allow them to write all other details unnecessarily and submit. Because if they write all those details and submit, I have to verify them all in the background. But primary answer is wrong and all others are correct. No use. I can't submit. So why you are verifying all those? Don't do that. That makes good sense in programming. That improves performance. That is better for application. So this technique is called forward jump. So programmers will write program, but is it good program or bad program depends on its performance. That is why we have to learn these program techniques. So actually, if you want to try such program techniques, you try a app is there for web designers, Grasshopper. Grasshopper. Grasshopper app is there on mobiles. You try it. This is designed by Google. Google technical designers, means Google programmers, have designed this app called Grasshopper for people who are learning web designing. For people who are learning web designing to get more grip on programming skills, JavaScript and all, they designed this app. Actually, Google developers learn this app in Google company. They teach them this app. You can freely download and you can also practice this. That means you will get so many new ideas how to apply effects, how to handle various types of animations and interactions in web programming. You will get help. You try this app. Grasshopper is there in Google Play Store. It will be available. You can get it. So technically, what is the purpose of forward jump? I hope you got it. So this is one simple example of why we need forward jump. This is one concept of forward jump. That means don't allow to move forward until or unless the condition is satisfied. Stop them. Nothing else. There is no alternative. Either they have to close or they have to fill it correctly. That is only the choice they have. That is what actually forward jump. This is forward jump. Next important second one is we have simple decision. We have simple decision. One is forward jump. This is forward jump. Another one, simple decision. Simple decision is nothing but simple decision. So it comprises of one alternative for given condition that is called as simple decision. It contains one alternative for that. This is also required in little bit more complex things. We need one alternative. It comprises one alternative for given condition. One alternative for given condition, that is simple decision. Actually, we define in this way. What we have to do, if and condition. If condition true, that means statement if true. And we will have else, and we define another, that is statement if false. Now here generally we call this as if and else clause. We will call it as if and else clause. Generally, many people who technically don't know, they call if and else statement. Remember, else is not a statement. Else is not a statement. Technically, we call else as a clause. Clause means an alternative for the condition. Clause means an alternative for condition. So directly else will not work. Else will work with combination of if. Right? Else is not a statement. Else is a clause for if. So that is the reason technical programmers must pronounce as if and else clause, not if and else statement. If statement, else clause. Right? That is the correct pronunciation. Right? If statement with else clause. How many else clauses? Only one. Then it is called simple decision. Why you need an else clause? Because we need an alternative. You need an alternative. We need an alternative for else. Alternative means if condition is not true, then we need to display some alternative. That is what actually clause is. For example, suppose you are verifying these details, only payment details. Here, why we need a clause, I will tell you now. This program have some issues. It is not perfect. It is having some issues. because it is written without clause. Up to this was okay. This is okay. That means if you are looking for this kind of functionality, it is okay, fine. Now, what problem I have done is, after I've successfully finished card number, I take I take them to CVV, but still card number is possible to make change. That means if they make change in the card number, if it is invalid, it is not blocking. Now it will verify others also. That means what mistake I have done in my previous program is, I haven't blocked the correct value. If I have blocked the correct value, then they cannot go back and make change. But if I am not blocking, they can go back and make change. Now you decide. That means if they go back and make change and the change is not correct, then block, then disable again. Disable, for example, if they go back and make some changes, so then disable pay button. Don't allow them to submit until or unless all are correct. Disable the pay button. Don't allow to submit because they are going back and making change. Or you can do one more. You can, that is developers thinking. That is what I said. Algorithm means you write, you have to think hundreds of alternatives. That means why a project takes years of time. That means why a project takes years of time to build one module. That means a front end screen of one module, they will take 3-4 months. Why 3-4 months required? You people are designing in 2-3 days website and submitting in classroom. Nah? That means you are designing in 3-4 days, and why they are taking 3-4 months? Because you are just designing the layout. They have to design the functionality of that layout with all consequence possible. Because if they miss any one point, then hackers may hack the application. One loophole that will lead to hacking. That means even NASA websites are hacked by Chinese people. Chinese people's daily job, sit and hack some websites. Indian government websites, NASA websites, regular. Every few days you will see that some website is hacked by some Chinese. Right? The point is how they are able to hack. Some loopholes are there. That means even genius developers are working. A small mistake, one option they missed out, then it will lead to loophole of hacking it. And the hackers are genius. You know Ankit Fadia, na? Heard about him? Ankit Fadia, India's topmost hacker. Officially government recognized hacker. That means his team supports Indian government in cracking all these hackings. Ankit Fadia, at the age of 17 or 16, he became the world's top hacker. Right? And Indian government have Ankit Fadia University. Ethical hacking. You search for ethical hacking. He written a book at the age of 16 or 17. He written a book, Ethical Hacking. And that became the world's topmost selling book in hacking software books. Even today, he at the age of 18, 19, he was technical support for more than 20-30 MNCs in all over the world. Technical support. Officially, people who do networking hardware networking, like they take certificate from Ankit Fadia. Ankit Fadia University ethical hacking certificate is there, and that certificate is very valued. And he and his team of technicians, these are the official people of supporting Indian government websites from hacking. So he's very famous. Now hacking is all because of the loopholes in your application. That means I told you na, how he came to limelight is at the age of 16 he hacked the IBM website. He was able to hack the IBM website, and he told them that your website have this problem, I hacked your website. They were very much impressed with him because at that age he was able to crack it, and they know the loopholes, what problems are there in their website. You can search for him, you will get lot of things about that. Technically we have some loopholes in our program, we have to fill them. Now what I can do here, two situations. One, don't allow to go back and modify. How I can do that? Don't allow to go back and modify. That is one solution. How we can do that? How we can do that here? Once card verification is successful, what we will do is document get element by id txt card. Am I right? Txt card dot read only. Read only is true. I will keep read only is true. Read only is true. That means now what happens? We entered the card number. Oh, I copied 444666777, right? Another one is 8902. It comes here. He can go back, but he cannot do any modification. That read only is not there. I think read O capital. So 8902. So read only. So I am trying to make change. You can see it's not working now. I click here. I am trying to make change. It's not working. That means you cannot go back and you cannot do any modification. That's good. That means once you say that it is perfect, then read only. They cannot make any change. That looks better. Looks better. So, or you can ask them to enter another value, but if it is not correct, then you can disable. That is another condition you can define. That means alternative. The same I have to do with others also. CVV. This is one technique. What is another technique? Another technique is nothing but if user details card number is not matching, else. Understood? That means if it is not matching, means again if they go back and do some modification, it is not matching. Document get element by id btn pay dot disabled equal to what we have to do? True. This is another solution. Now you have an alternative. That means what we are doing, enter the number, it will come here. Enter the CVV. So 2345. Enter the pay button working fine. Now I made some change which is wrong inside it, then pay is not working. That looks good, but previous one looks more better, right? Don't allow to change, but sometimes we should allow to change, because sometimes he may enter some wrong means another card number, he want to change it, right? That means you need to go back and enter another number, card number, right? That means he must able to change. In that case, this looks better. So that situations demands. That means you are not allowing him to change his card number. That means once he entered card number, he fixed. Otherwise, you have to refresh. That may not be good every time. Why? Because you cannot say that once you entered card number, you have to use that only, right? They can change. If they want to change the card number, then this looks better. But it should match, na? It should match. That is alternative. Everywhere now this alternative you can add. Everywhere you can add this alternative. That means I will copy this here. I will add here. If CVV is wrong, They made modification in the CVV. Again, it should be disabling the pay button. Expiry is wrong, disable pay button. So that is better. That is better. Suppose here I entered. So select here. Okay. Now see, I am here entering card number CVV 2345. So expiry, everything is fine. Suppose CVV is wrong. So that means, so what is it? CVV is wrong. It should work. Where is the problem? I haven't saved data. Okay. Now I entered the details. CVV 2345 and all are working fine. He made some change in this, then pay is not working. Again, it is corrected. So then you can see it is not working again. Then I entered some details, some another number they changed, it is not working. Again, they selected the correct, it is working. So you should allow to change, but if it is a wrong change, then again block. This is alternative, providing an alternative for the decision. This is called simple decision. This is called simple decision. So this is one example for that simple decision. Example is this program. I will copy this. So this is for simple decision. How we can handle. So we have two options. One is forward jump. Another one is simple decision. In forward jump, what you can do, you can keep read only. You can keep read only so that forward jump will be better. So that once they entered, we can disable also, but I told you that disabling after verifying is not good because disabled values cannot be submitted. It's not good for a form. You have to better keep it read only, not disable. Actually, we can disable also, but disabling is not good. We have to keep read only. Right. This is simple decision, how you can handle simple decision. Now, while working with simple decision, one more important is note is, so always don't try to write multiple conditions in one line. This don't try regularly. People have habit of trying that. For example, in our previous example, we verified username password. Username is wrong, username password both must be correct. So I will show one more example there. So we will create one login screen. We will see verifying. I given that which one. I hope in string functions I told you regular expressions, verifying and all. One more example I will show you. Actually, suppose I have to verify username and password. Then usually username is equal to whatever username is there. And people have an habit of writing and password is equal to whatever password is there. Password is there. This is how people write comparisons. Means here intention is I am verifying username and password and both must be correct. This is not great idea to test. Why it is not great idea? Because if any one is wrong, username wrong, password wrong, then it will return invalid. Understood? Now the question is, what is invalid? Name invalid or password invalid? That I don't know. Finally invalid. Then how? That means you have to clearly tell is password invalid or username invalid. You cannot simply say that you entered invalid details. Which detail invalid? This tells you entered invalid, but it will not tell which one is invalid. Then this is not great idea. This is not great idea. This is not good idea of comparisons. Then how we can compare? We have to compare by using multi-level decisions. We have to compare by using multi-level decisions. Almost majority of the times, if you want clear error message to display where problem occurred, don't try this. So don't try to compare all in one line. So this leads to a lot of confusion. It will verify successfully, but problem is it is not clear in reporting the problem. It will verify, but it will not clear in reporting the problem, because the result of all these statements is invalid if wrong. Anyone is wrong, but user feels difficulty in understanding which one is wrong. For that we need another concept. What is that? Multi-level conditions. So generally we call that as multi-level level decisions. How to handle multi-level decisions? Multi-level, that we will see in tomorrow's one, right? Multi-level decisions, how to handle, we will see in tomorrow's session. Okay, tomorrow we will continue, right? And tomorrow I will give you one small test. I will post an online test. You have to fill up and submit. Okay, na? So during the class time, after discussing few topics, I will give some time for the test. You have to write live and submit, because after the class time I will block submissions. You cannot submit anymore. Okay, so tomorrow we will have that. Okay, in tomorrow's session we'll continue both here offline. First we will discuss few topics. After that, last half an hour we will have test. Okay, tomorrow we'll continue. Right.